I don't think that there should be problem with the protest, but the problem starts there when it becomes rather than a fight against these bills or fight against government, it becomes communal tension. It gives rise to communal tension, and Yogaraj Singh said some obscene words he used. So Kangana Diljit, there was a war. Then there are different Punjabi singers who are actually coming out with this, which is some shitty talks that I don't want to talk about. So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I mean, it's a farmer protest. Don't make it like a Hindu Sikh fight.
Hmm. 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 They are just taking it as a destructive criticism.
Yeah, don't take.
Hello guys, this is Himanshu Sharma, your pod host and the host. I welcome you all in this new segment of सुनकर जाना with Himanshu. और भाई और बहनों बढ़िया है ना? बस बढ़िया ही रहना. So guys, today's episode is very bit important and crucial related to the current scenario and also related to the current affair. That is farmers protest. So today a small update for all you that we are adjoined with a guest, actually a friend of mine since the school days. His name is Pranjal. Hello, Pranjal.
Hi, Himanshu. Thanks
Um,
for
a
having me,
b-
Himanshu.
okay, my friend. Proud pleasure is mine, my friend. Actually, he is pursuing engineering, and that means that भाई अपना इंजीनियर है, ठीक है ना?
Hmm. Just like you.
और बस भाई बस अपने तरह ही. Firstly, thanks Pranjal for joining me in this podcast on farmers protest. And I hope you are well aware. That is why we are recording this podcast. And
Nah,
actually, would
I'm
you?
aware. I'm aware. A bit aware.
Okay. Would you please give a brief idea about the current scenario?
So first of all, I will tell you about what are the farmers protesting about, or the bills that they are against protesting. So basically, our government just 2 months back passed three bills, like the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill. It was the first one, and then Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services, and the third one was Essential Commodities Bill. So
Okay,
in the first bill, they were actually the government was saying that they are trying to remove the middlemen. The
okay.
government, and in the second bill, it's basically about the contract farming, and the third one is to reduce the hoarding. Like some traders hoard onions, and then the price of onions increase, then they sell it out. So
In
basically,
Hindi, we call it as jamakhori.
yeah, jamakhori.
Okay. So, basic to the point, basic five questions arises for everyone, for all the audience which are listening this podcast, that we know what is going on. Then,
Yeah.
what is the main reason, according to you, that is responsible for them to do it so?
Actually, in the first bill, they are saying that they are trying to reduce mop out the middleman from the from the whole process, so that the price of the produce doesn't increase that much, that the farmers and the retailers both are in profit, and the middleman goes out of the service. So, so they are trying to remove the APMCs. APMCs stand for Agriculture Produce Market Committee.
Okay.
So basically, they were set up by the government to help the farmer so that they can get a particular MSP, minimum support price. They will get it in any way, in any circumstances. It is just like a help from the government. So what they are doing it now is that they are they are going towards privatization,
Okay.
involving the private players as well as the APMC is there. It's still there. But the farmers, their concern is that in the earlier days, when there used to be MSPs, and it was good, it was fine.
When there
But
was a
when
green
the
revolution.
yeah, no, not just green revolution, when the APMCs were introduced,
Okay.
they were assured that they will get a particular amount of money.
Okay.
But now, when the private player comes in, So
Hmm.
first of all, they will give a good price to give tough competition to the APMCs. Private players will
Hmm.
give a tough fight, and so
Hmm.
so farmers will get benefit. But after some time, then APMCs will be reduced to nothing. So then private players
Hmm.
will be the only players left. So then they will start exploiting the farmers. They will not give them the right price, or they will give them the less price. So that's their fear.
Hmm.
That's one of their fears actually.
Okay.
And the second bill introduces contract farming, so that the farmer can now have a contract with any company, that if a
Hmm.
particular company needs this amount of suppose potato of this quality, they will sign a
Hmm.
contract with that farmer, that you have to produce this amount of this quintals of potato, or this, and we will pay you this
Hmm.
money. So
Okay.
even
Okay.
if the so it will be decided before growing, the amount of money that the company will pay to the farmer. and
Okay.
and after and after that, they will have to pay that money. But the farmers are saying that in case we are not we are not able to get a proper money, or a particular type of money that
Hmm.
they are wanting, like, they get a short money under MSPs.
Hmm. Hmm.
So so they will be under a lot of debt.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
when then the Adanis and Ambanis would take over their lands.
Hmm.
So that's their doubts. Basically, the whole protest is about doubts and fears.
Hmm.
And basically, these are their two problems. So they are just saying that please introduce MSPs, MSP, MSP. But the Prime Minister has assured that MSPs are not going anywhere. MSP is there.
Hmm.
The farmer has a choice if he wants to sell his produce to government or to the private player.
Hmm.
So farmer has choice. But the farmers are saying that maybe tomorrow the government may take back the APMCs,
Hmm. Hmm.
so there will only be private players. So actually, the
Hmm.
farmers don't want the private players in it.
Okay.
So that's the basic
Hmm. You
protest
mean
about.
to say that the privatization is the only
Yeah,
fear
they are
for them?
against. Yeah. They are totally against privatization.
Hmm. Okay.
That's the
According
main
to you,
problem.
is it necessary to raise voice?
Um, I think at present there are fears. I'm not
Hmm.
going to deny that there are fears,
Hmm.
but I think that the people, the protesting farmers, they should give at least 2 to 3 more years to the government, try and see if it's beneficial for them or not,
Hmm.
to the farmers. After that, if it's not beneficial to them, they can protest to
Hmm.
make some
You mean to?
amendments in the bill,
Hmm. Hmm.
make some amendments in the bill.
Hmm.
Basically, the farmers have listed about 4 or 5 demands to the government. Like, first of all, they don't want any amendments. They just want the
Hmm.
government to repeal the laws. They don't want those laws, abolish those laws.
Okay.
They
Okay.
don't
Okay.
want these laws, and they want a law on MSP. They
Hmm.
want the law on MSP because till now they want assurance on MSP. They are saying that the Prime Minister has said, but there is no assurance in the bills. Nothing is written in the bills about MSPs.
Okay. Okay.
They want a written assurance about MSPs. Then there
Hmm.
are some other demands like 50% subsidy on diesel, withdraw jail term for stubble burning, withdraw
Hmm.
cases
Hmm.
filed against farmers. That's of the.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
basically they are asking on MSPs and non-privatization. That's it.
Okay. Basically, according to you, these are the fears for the from the farmer's point of view, and also
Yeah,
from your point of
yeah,
that
that's
this.
what I heard.
Mhm.
That's what I heard about when there was a one-on-one interviews going on between the farmers. So they were just basic ways like MSPs and non-privatization. They don't want Adanis and Ambanis in their farming.
Hmm. Okay. So, my friend, pick out the instances from the past or from the developed countries. For
Yes.
example, mm, according to you, uh,
The farmers was also
is
saying that
Mhm.
they were also, having some. examples of the foreign countries like America, like
Hmm. Basically, I mean to say, pick out that example here also, because
yeah,
there are many interviews, many chit chats with the farmers of developed countries. They are saying that this privatization have corrupted their nations, and they are
hmm,
even a farmer from, I think he's from Russia or China, somewhere else. He was saying that the actual produce or the actual income generated from his field by selling the crops is very very low since the times when his father used to grow that crops.
yes, 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 I have heard about it also.
Hmm.
So that guy was saying that he is getting less money than his father used to get.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
basically, that
Okay.
was about America. In America, they have done it like they didn't have they used to have some government funded these APMCs, but then they abolished it all.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
became a total private game. So then they used to have some problems. But in India, the difference is that they have given options.
Hmm.
They haven't made it totally private. They have given options like APMCs and private players. Both are available there. It's a independence. It's a choice of farmers where they want to go.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Uh.
And
Hmm. Hmm.
and one thing that they were wanting is that the government should implement the Swaminathan report also. The Swaminathan report basically says about MSPs that MS, MSPs should be at least 50% of the average cost of production.
Okay.
So the 50% more than the average cost of production. Like farmer put this amount of money in his production, the total labor, everything else, and
Hmm. Hmm.
he
Hmm.
must get 50% more of that. So basically, the government cannot afford that because it becomes too expensive for the government. That's why they are trying to bring in private players so that they are not no more under under
Hmm.
they are
Hmm.
government is under loss. They are
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
getting
Hmm.
anything from it.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And basically, the state governments are also for APMCs because they are getting a lot of tax from APMC. And this is
Okay.
also the
Okay.
law by
Okay.
government that if a farmer sells his produce to private players, he has to pay no tax. But if he sells the same produce to the government, then he has to pay the certain.
Okay. 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 So,
That's it.
Pranjal,
Yeah.
nowadays we are just picking out many instances from the current affairs after the revolt started,
Yes.
that you can see the journalism way,
Mhm.
how they are actually, it is well known to both of us that what is happening, what is not happening. There
Yeah.
has been a news about that it is only protest only in Punjab. What
Yes. Yes.
according to
Yes.
you, is it true?
Actually, the APMCs actually work here in most of the times, and most of the benefit has been, get got by
Hmm.
most of the benefit has been taken by the
Hmm.
Punjabi farmers. Basically, some types of Haryana farmers. So they are protesting the most because density of these APMCs are highest in Punjab.
Hmm.
So that's why most of the Punjabi farmers, about 90% are Punjabi farmers. If not
Hmm.
90, then 80% for sure.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that's why they are protesting. But
Hmm.
I don't think that there should be problem with the protest. But the problem starts there when it becomes rather than a fight against these bills or fight against government. It becomes communal tension.
Hmm. Hmm.
It gives rise to communal tension.
Hmm.
There have been reports like the SLG 6 for Justice. It's a group that has been banned by the Indian government for the terrorist activities that has been
Hmm.
protesting in England against the outside the Indian embassy there.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So they are just asking for this Khalistan and shit. So that's
Hmm.
it.
It is also very
These,
important topic.
yeah, yeah. So this is what is termed as hijacking of these protests.
Hmm.
So basically, the protests are going very well. You must protest against the
Yes, yes.
government.
किसान एकता जिंदाबाद.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल किसान मजदूर एकता जिंदाबाद.
Hmm.
so
Now,
so
say, say.
so basically, then there were reports about Kangana Diljit and Yogaraj
Hmm.
Singh.
Hmm.
Yogaraj Singh
Hmm.
said some obscene words he used.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Kangana Diljit, there was a war. Then there are different Punjabi singers who are actually coming out
Hmm.
with this
Hmm.
some shitty talks that I don't want to talk about. So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I mean it's a farmer protest. Don't make it like a Hindu Sikh fight.
Hmm. 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 They are just taking it as a destructive criticism.
Yeah, don't take it like destructive criticism. So it should be
Hmm.
constructive one.
Hmm. Now another question arises here that there are. Do you know about the tractor protest? Any idea about the tractor protest
Tractor protest.
in Haryana?
What happened there? Can you
Uh,
enlighten me?
I have read in some online blog or some online thing that the first thing it was also started from Haryana, the revolt against the three bills, in a way
Okay.
of tractors protest. And you know that nowadays news are covering just showcasing only the positive things of the ruling government, only of the
Hmm,
BJP.
hmm, 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 hmm.
They are just hiding all those clashes between the government or the protest being
Yeah,
play
yeah,
being.
yeah. Actually, in Haryana, the government dug some pit holes in the roads so that the farmers can cross the road. Yeah, I've heard
Hmm.
about them. So basically, yeah, you know, the media should be independent and media should be unbiased. That's it. That's a,
Hmm.
that's a statement I want to make. Media should be unbiased totally because we call media as the fourth pillar of democracy.
Well said,
So
well said.
media has a great role to play here.
Hmm. Now we have before we
And
discussed about the.
media basically started covering about these protests only when the farmers came to Delhi.
Hmm. Well said.
They were not covering it when the farmers were in Punjab.
Hmm.
You know.
Hmm. We have to just
So
see the chronology of all these things.
yeah,
They are
yeah. Up
just
chronology
depriving
should be.
us. Hmm. They
Up
are just
chronology should be.
depriving us. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, there is something for you. If you have not heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Number one, it is free. Number two, there is a creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, etc. and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now, the third question here arises that all these things, all the democracy in our India. Do you think
Yes.
it is a bit become more private or a
Yeah,
dictator?
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I won't say dictator. No, not dictator. Until there is democracy, there cannot be
Hmm.
dictatorship. But yes, I would say the government is moving more towards private players. I mean, they are moving towards privatization
Hmm.
because in all the PSUs like public sector units, they are making more of them privates. And there
Hmm.
is a rumor about that the railway might go private as well
Hmm.
in the coming future.
All those PSUs. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well said. Well.
Basically, government is trying to become like more capitalist government.
Hmm. Hmm.
More of a capitalist
I'm
government.
also getting those vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. More of a capitalist government than the communist one. So
Hmm.
I'm not against any type. Look, the
Hmm.
best
Hmm.
government, the
Yes.
best
Yes. Yes.
governance of any government is between capitalist and a communist. Between them, not pure
Hmm.
capitalist and pure communist. It's going to be destructionist in both of these
Hmm.
cases.
Everything has his pros and cons.
Yeah, yeah. So
No
we
one
have
is
to find a
perfect.
middle. We have to find a middle path.
Hmm. In simple a line or a collection of words, how will you summarize this thing, the farmers' protest?
The
If you
farmers
want to
protest.
give us, if you want to give a suggestion, or if you want to give some idea, or if you want to wake our youth, what is your words
Uh,
to him or her?
Um, I would say for government, if I have to, advise the
Mm-hmm.
government here,
Mm-hmm.
so I would say that government should make some amendments, like uh, they must introduce MSPs in the bills.
Mm-hmm.
If the farmers are saying that there is no mention of MSP anywhere, so they must introduce MSP
Mm-hmm.
because MSP is the basic way where farmers are not getting exploited.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way exploited. So government must think about it. And second thing I would say is that don't call them. terrorists. All of them are. It's like
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
are just farmers of India. They are terrorists. I mean,
Hmm.
some anti-India agents are also working in here. Like, you know, but we have to see the positive side. These are just very small amount of numbers. We don't have to give any importance to them. We don't want to give them,
Hmm.
limelight.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
don't have to give them any limelight. So
Hmm.
basically,
Hmm. Hmm.
these are farmers. These are not terrorists. That's it. And one thing that I want to give, I want to give some suggestions to the farmers is that they have to be, you know, I see many in there that
Hmm.
very misinformed.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
they are saying that Ambanis and Andanis will take over their land
Hmm.
and
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
that and I mean these are just fears. Yeah, I mean this is a fucking democracy. You cannot just take over
Hmm. Hmm.
anyone's land.
Well said. Well said.
This, they cannot take over anyone's lands. Okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, that's one of the fears. And one thing is that they are blocking the highway. Delhi is the
Hmm.
fucking capital of the country. Please don't block the highways. The economy is still in
Hmm.
tatters, and
Greater
please don't
loss.
make it. Yeah, please don't make it. Yeah, go to some
Hmm.
ground or somewhere else. Like first of all, they were they were sitting on the railway lines, and then the rails
Hmm. Hmm.
from
Hmm. Hmm. Yes.
railways
Yes.
could
Yes.
not
Yes.
operate. So
Hmm.
that was a great loss as well. Now they are sitting on the highways and how much loss it brings to the country. So and not they are not following any guidelines about COVID protection. I mean, none of the farmers had
Hmm.
masks on the mouth. I mean,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you know, in Punjab, the COVID cases started when the pilgrims came from that Gurdwara. And
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Hmm.
when
Hmm. Hmm.
that, so when these farmers are going to come back, so they are going to face
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
problems for
Huge hike.
their families and other Punjabi people. So that's one other thing. And basically, I would say there is a lot of
Hmm.
that, and the stars that I've I want to talk about Sewala
Uh,
and
stop.
Corby.
Stop here. Stop here. Prajla, I'm not getting your voice. Now speak.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Now correct. Say. 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 Say.
So the Indian, Punjabi pop stars, like Karan Aula, Sidhu Moose,
Hmm. Hmm.
and we were Corby. So they posted some, I would the photos of Bhindranwala, the terrorist.
Yes. 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 Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they posted like, so that disturbs the communal harmony. You are just getting away from the real point. That's not the real
Yes.
point.
Yes. Yes.
The point is the
Hmm.
farmers protest, but you are making it you are giving birth to a communal tension. So please don't do that. You are stars and you make a lot of difference to what people think and how people
Hmm.
react. So
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
that's one. Yeah, basically, it is based on a lot of misinformations and lots of rumors. And the
Hmm.
government can make some amendments like MSPs. Basically,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think that
Hmm.
they one thing that they can do is MSP, and we will have to wait and see for 3 and 4 years. We will see
Hmm.
how it comes for the
Basically, on
farmers.
the trial basis.
Yes, on the trial basis. We cannot say about it now. We have to see it
Hmm.
in 3 or 4 years.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we can
Hmm.
make some, if it works well, then we can go with it, and if it doesn't work well, then the government can more changes.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well said. That's all, my friend, for the today's episode. Last but not the least, thanks, Pranjal. It was an immense pleasure to have you on my podcast.
Thank you,
And
Himanshu.
your words are remarkable, and you are thinking about the current scenario. Your viewpoints are astonished me. I think you are too much toxic, but no, you have changed my perspective about you.
So you think that I'm toxic, yeah?
No, 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 just not just like that, but uh, I think I have some changed views about that. I misinterpreted you as an orthodox. That was my biggest mistake.
Okay, so that's great. That's I would say
Next,
that's a victory for me.
yes, yes, yes.
So that's a win-win situation for me.